everybody. Welcome to another episode of Educational-Caffe. And this is Jean Va of podcast Live Life, Be Happy 24/7. I hope everybody's doing well. Just want to say thank you again for all the support. This week, we have a surprise guest, and along with our team, our surprise guest is my good friend, Mark Beckett. So we got Mark, and
Hey,
we're going to bring in our other team members, Karen and Meg.
Hey, everyone.
All right, all
Hello,
right.
hello.
All right, how's everybody doing today?
Great.
Pretty great. How's that weather? Weather's fine down there?
Yeah, weather's good. It feels really good outside.
Weather's always good when you've got coffee in your hand, so.
Got you. Well, to start it off, I'm big when it comes to school spirit. So as you can see, I have the Seton Hall. So go Pirates. So like I said, for all you Pirate alumni out there, hello, Jean Va. And Mark, I see you got something that you're wearing there. Who you represent?
I had to rep my high school class of '80, the East Orange High School Panthers.
Okay, nice.
Panther for life.
Okay.
For life. You know what? Between you and I still see that red and black. I got you. Okay.
That's because they changed the name to Jaguars, and then we got to make sure we rep Panthers for life. That's why.
Okay. See, I thought it was a University of Louisville thing, and I was just going to stay quiet, but you did the red and black, so I just had to pop up there.
It's all good.
All right. And Meg and Karen, who are you guys representing today?
I am representing all of college because the college uniform is the hoodie.
Okay.
So, because it goes with pajamas, it goes with your dress clothes, summer, fall, whatever.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm rocking.
That's so true. All right. And I'm rocking the pajama. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still representing my wolf pack. I'm representing State, NC State, go Pack.
All right.
And yes.
Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Well, I had a chance to do some thinking like I always do over the weekend. So aside from filling out applications and all that good stuff, I know we left off the past few weeks ago where we had Nick, my son, on the show, and we episode 5, we talked about what students and teachers and parents could be going into of the experience with all the changes right now. And that's when I thought it'd be definitely a good idea to bring Mark. Again, Mark is a very good friend of mine, also a Berklee College of Music classmate. So I want to kind of introduce Mark as we did. And Mark, please share with the audience, some things about you, man.
Oh, well, my name is Mark Beckett. Yes, born and bred East Orange, New Jersey. So represent New Jersey all the way. I have lots of things going on. I am a husband. I am a father. I am a minister of the gospel, licensed minister to preach the gospel. I'm an educator in music and entertainment technology production here at the Essex County Schools of Technology, the Donald M. Payne Senior building. We have 3 buildings in our district. We just built this new facility here. So I'm that, and also a business owner, small business owner. I have my own entertainment production company that we work with. And let's see what else we got. And I'm back in school. I'm still at Berklee College of Music, working on a music business degree. So lots and lots going on. And I got my high school students here that I teach every day. Love them.
Okay, well, Mark, thank you for that. As an educator, I know it must be a big task that you're handling with, with this whole, I would say, playbook that we're now living through. So I'd like to learn a little bit more of how you're kind of dealing with it from the teacher's perspective. And I'm going to let Karen and also Meg also chime in as well, because I know they have a few things to ask as well. So you have the platform, sir.
Well, one of the things that in dealing with this actually has been pretty rough. We, as everyone, we got thrown into it. And some of us were prepared. Some people were not prepared. Probably the majority was not prepared. Especially a course like my course. As you can see in the background, my course is all a hands-on course. I teach, music production, and we got all of our gear here
Okay.
I can't have my students just don't have the ability to go out and buy, a MacBook with a keyboard, interface, microphones. All they just don't have the ability to do that. So all of our stuff is here. So when we had to do that, when we had to switch in March, I had to immediately, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this all online? They had no access to MacBooks, so there went logic. They didn't really have computers. They were taking the computers from the kids. They gave them a couple of computers, but to run Pro Tools, they didn't have enough power on the computers to run that. So, like, oh boy, okay. So we were actually, from March until we got out in June, I was actually thinking on my feet, like how I'm going to still make this interesting. How are we going to have the kids adjust to this new mode of operation, like being online every day, like having to get up and like be in front of the camera and try to learn something that they used to learning in school. So it was very, very difficult in the very beginning. So the summertime took a lot of planning. I don't think any of our administrators slept over the summer trying to make it happen to get back to where we are today. And, starting back in September, we still started in the remote mode, virtual, we're all virtual, and trying to figure out when we're going to go hybrid. So they finally came up with a date when we're going to move ourselves into a hybrid mode. And again, the parents, they have the option to keep the kids either remote or hybrid. So now we have to throw that in the mix. How are we going to project at the same time where we're teaching in the classroom and teaching, remote also?
Oh,
There's a lot of things that's in the mix, and it's pretty difficult. I'm starting to see the frustration even early on in September on the students' faces. My homeroom are brand new freshmen that I've never seen. So trying to build a rapport online with them as they're sitting there like this, trying to get them to be professional, get up, put some clothes on, do your hair, stop showing me just the top of your head, stuff like that. It's just crazy.
I can imagine.
So it's a feat that we're working with right now.
All right. So I got two questions for one for Karen and then one for Meg. Meg, the students' frustrations. I want you to kind of delve into that, and Karen, the whole hybrid aspect. So I want your take on that.
All right. I'll go ahead, go first, like the frustration part.
Yes.
Students, absolutely. We've had a little bit of kickback too. So, Mark, you're right. Like we've had to kind of learn how to improvise, make it fun. I like to try to. I think everybody's, be the teacher that you needed when you were in school. So I try, all of our students have such different personalities as all of us as educators are aware of. And it's really a blessing to see the different personalities, but I don't even know of any of the personalities across the board that some of them, all of them have gotten a sense of frustration from somewhere. So it's not just your high achieving students. It's not just your, oh, I hate learning online, or, hey, I need somebody in person. Like it's really, I think it's been all of us. And even sometimes the educators, like we have that sense of frustration. I know I miss the kids. Like I miss the students so bad. I don't know how. I'm not always in a classroom all day, so the frustration from the parents, the frustration from the students, from the educators, the teachers. I think we're just kind of we're going to be tested a little bit this year, and that's okay. But I think we can do it together as a team, and I think right now, one of the biggest things I think is having the support. And that's why I do love ICP-Teams so much, is that just like the teams, we're all a team, and to try to give them that love together that we do, because we're making sure of different things, and we're coming at it, and our teachers need that, like our educators need that. More than ever, they need somebody else to kind of hold their hand or link in their arms together, so that all of the weight is not on their shoulders. So I've been really getting the feedback from the teachers, like, we're so thankful to have that. And, it's not about, me as an individual or Mark as an individual or Karen or you, John Bob. It's about all of us together to try to relieve some of that frustration, to make sure that our students don't fall behind. Like, I think that's something we all think about, is that, like, that they don't fall behind or get to the point of frustration that they just do enough to get by. And I think we all have witnessed those students. And to be honest, like, I was that student way back. Like, I know that may come to me, like, right now, but then, I got my fifth grade teacher watches this, and she's only, so she can tell you,
Okay.
I'm still in touch with a lot of my teachers, but, like, I did just enough to get by that I could make good grades really fast, and I wanted to play sports, right? So if I was going through something like this, and in my yearbook had gift of gab, right? So that's there. It's there. It's in writing, right? I can't take that away. It's, like, always there. But to have me in a remote learning by myself, it's not easy.
Okay.
So I really just think about that. Yeah, I think about the kids' frustration. We're going to have it. Let's just all really work together as a team, come together as a village. It doesn't matter what school, where, how. Let's just do this together and make sure that we can help eliminate some of that as much as we can.
Well, thank you, Meg. Thank you, man. Now, Karen, we don't want to leave you out of the conversation because this is some interesting brew we got going here. So,
Oh, definitely.
that hybrid, because you're an educator, so
That's right.
Kind of share your thoughts. What Mark just said about this.
So one of the things that I want to bring up was I saw something funny on Facebook because, social media is all about the coronavirus. It's all about school and how it's either virtual or hybrid. And I used to be a PE and health teacher, so it was a PE joke. So the PE class is learning swimming, and the student was doing the backstroke on their bed. So when Mark said, it's really hard for some of these students because you don't have the equipment. And Mark, I totally empathize because people have no idea when you have a specially skilled class and you're just not passing information back and forth that can be done in other courses through Zoom because you can practice math problems, you can read and discuss, but when it's something applicable, so whether you're building something in shop or like you're making music, or for me in PE, we're physically doing things. Sitting here watching like this is not a physical thing. And I could see, I had freshman homeroom too, and I could just see the look on their faces. When you went like this, I thought, oh my gosh, I could just live it right now. So the hybrid model, because I've tried to really empathize with principals and teachers. I've been both, and now I'm in this outside entity, which I love as well. But, hybrid did not cross my mind until you broke it down for me. Some of the kids in class, some of the kids online. But it didn't occur to me, at the same time. So how you navigate that, I just cannot imagine. Because it's so funny, your focus would not be able to be 100% on the students in the class, nor would it be 100% on the students that you're using. I'm not sure what your online platform is, but since we use Zoom, I just naturally say Zoom. But it seems like they could do similar types of stuff, but they're not going to be able to implement it in the same manner. And not only does that go with extra planning, but different grading, different assessments, because you can't do a live assessment in the same way when you have an online type program. And anybody that says, oh, a teacher just works 7 hours a day, Mark, you and I know better. Yeah. And this, if the pandemic does not show that to the rest of the world, I don't know what will. I know you guys have been working all summer. My teacher friends, counselor, principal friends, you all never got any downtime from last spring. And I feel so badly for you guys for that, because I see, not in your eyes necessarily, but some people I've worked with, they are carrying the weight of that burden on them. And I feel so badly for you all and the students, but So since you brought up hybrid model, and not to put you on the spot, are there some ideas that you're throwing around to figure out how to navigate that here pretty soon?
Well, yes, I actually, for me, I'm able to kind of pull it off because this is a career and technical education school, so this is their vocation.
Okay.
So in this course, as you can see, we have I got my camera, I got my video camera, and I got a video switcher, and I can do some things back and forth. And then I start thinking about some of the other teachers, the math classes and things to that nature. I'm like, that's going to be interesting. But then I have to stop thinking because I have to worry about it. I got to try to get
That's right. Definitely so.
So I do have ideas, and we have until the 19th of October to kind of pull it together because they finally made the decision that that's when we're going to go hybrid, October 19th. First thing I did was to poll my kids to see who was coming and who was not coming, who was allowed to come, whose parents are still not letting them come. So I had to find that out because that's another,
Right.
that's another challenge when it comes down to, okay, like you said, assessments, live assessments. Figure out who's going to be able to do what and do
Right.
what. So that was one challenge. So that was the first thing I had to do. And I think technically I should be able to pull it off. Again, because this is a career and technical education vocational course. And they allowed me to put in my budget some nice toys. So I made sure we have, but this all happens because I teach live entertainment production also, along with music production. We do remote recording. So all of those things are kind of expensive. So as we were saying earlier, to have them have that home is very difficult. Unlike, me being at Berklee College of Music, they like, you got to buy a MacBook, you got to buy the $500 software, and you got to be ready to go. Period.
No option.
None. So
Judge Judy said.
So I think in the hybrid world, I think I'm ready to go. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll make it happen. I have no
Oh,
doubt.
definitely. Mark, you have such a joyful smile. And when you talk about education and the work that you're doing, it's so amazing just to see you light up. And I could definitely see whatever situation you would be in, you would be fine. And you're going to make sure everyone around you is going to be fine. So I think you're going to make it through this hybrid time, and it'll be smooth sailing for you.
I think so too. And I also, Mark, I heard that, like, not only all the other hats you wear, but I also heard, if I'm not mistaken, that you could sing as well. Is that true? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Maybe it's me.
I mean, I heard, so, like, you hear things sometimes. Like, you hear things.
Guess it's a thing.
That.
Guess it's a thing. Yeah, actually, I had the, and it's funny because in my growing up, I was not the vocalist. I started off in third grade on my cornet, and it was all about the cornet, moving to the trumpet, and then marching band, and that's really what it was. I started playing drums because my aunt bought me a drum set, and my mother had a fit. She was like, "Why'd you bring that thing in this house?" That was before electronic drums, okay? So she bought me a drum set, and then I started playing drums, and then all of a sudden we had our band, and now we're singing. I was like, oh, okay. So that led me to be able to work with some good people. I was able to tour with Stephanie Mills, R&B sensation, Miss Stephanie Mills. I was background vocals for her. So we had a couple of months on the road with her, and then we had a cappella singing group in East Orange called 14 Karat Soul, and we had a record deal in Japan for over 12 years. So we traveled there every year. We would do a record, we would tour. We got some amazing gigs out of that. First time I went was in '92. My cousin, who's now on tour with Earth, Wind & Fire, he's been there for over 20-something years. He says to me back in the day before he was there, he says, we need a vocalist, and we're leaving in 2 weeks, and I got 40 songs for you to learn. I'm like,
Oh
what?
my gosh.
40 acapella songs for me to learn, and I'm singing first tenor. Oh my gosh. First thing we get out there, we kill it. First thing we get there, we do a Kleenex tissue commercial. So that thing went huge. So that took the career all the way through to co-hosting the ESPY Awards and starring on the World Music Awards in Monaco, France. So we did some great things. So yes, my
Wow.
vocals were. And then I was working with a local band that, of course, had to shut down because of the clubs we were playing in. So my voice went a little awry over the last summer and so on and so forth, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna hear a little bit of it, like.
Oh Lord, see, you can't hear me talking. It's just like this. All
No, I'm here.
right, I'll do a little quick thing. It's a good
Yes,
song.
I mean, equal with that lovely voice.
It's a good song that I love to do. It kind of speaks to the heart, and it's just a song called "No Greater Love." It's by Smokey Norfolk, who's a great gospel minister and reverend of the gospel, and it just simply says, "Do you mind if I testify and tell you of the goodness of my Lord? Share some of what He's done for me, how He's opened up so many doors. You may look at me from the outside and think that I got here on my own, but there's no way you could ever know how much grace and mercy I've been shown. If you look into my eyes, you'll see life has tried to get the best of me, but I know the giver of life personally. He's the reason that I sing. His name is Jesus. And He loves me, and I know this, 'cause He died for me, and He rescued me. So, and it goes on and on and on. No greater love in the world, His name. I love that song. Every time I sing it, it's so much power behind that song. And it really shares my testimony, which is
That is awesome.
Nice.
That's fine.
Well, Mark,
woo!
that was amazing. I was amazing. And I just want to say thank you. As always, my assistants tell me that we're pressed for time here. But before we leave, like I said, for parents and students out there, for just advice as to the outlook, I mean, that you could leave before we say goodbye, just a little something that you want to share, for these parents.
Okay. Well, one of the things I can always share, and Karen kind of alluded to it, it's our attitude. Our attitude to this whole thing. There's really nothing we could do about it, but kind of go through it and go through it positively. We got to think that we're going to come out on the other side well. And if we don't, we're going to get caught into so many things. We're going to get caught into the depression. We're going to get caught into, the violence that's happening since we're all in these locations, the domestic violence, all of that stuff we can get caught into if we don't think ahead. So I always say, let's check our attitude. If our attitude could be right and we continue to dream, continue to look forward, and the things that we were trying to strive for, let's not stop striving for them. Let's keep going for them, because there's going to be a breakthrough. We just got to break through. So if we change our attitude, and that goes for the teachers, that goes for the students, that goes for the parents, all of us have to be, as Meg was saying, we all got to be on the same page. We all got to work this thing together. If we don't work it together, and I try to keep up the positive attitude, not that it's a facade, but I'm kind of glad that I'm able, haven't gotten sick, haven't caught in the virus, still in the land of the living, and we got things that need to be done, and there's an outcome to this, and we got to keep striving for the outcome. So if we all do it together, I think we're going to be fine. We're not going to go back to normal. We're going to go to this new normal, and I just pray that we all had an opportunity to sit and reflect of the things that we did not do properly and the things that we need to do better. So we come out and do it better, and we'll come out on the other side.
All right. And Mark, thank you very much for coming on the show. That was a great advice. Guys, audience out here, I just want to just remind you again, before we leave, to subscribe and to click on the bell, the reminder bell, so you can get the notifications. And I just want to say, have an amazing week. And again, as my send-off, thank you, Mark, for joining. We're going to be doing a lot of things in the future, so you'll see Mark back here again. And I'm gonna give it to Karen and Meg to close it out for us.
All right, we're the Educational-Caffe. Subscribe, like us. We'll get a lot of views this time. I love your voice. I'm just gonna sit and hit repeat.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Cafe, ICP-Teams, signing off, and we're all in this together, guys. Let's all just work together. It's not a competition. We're here. We're still here for a reason. Let's make it happen.
Exactly. Karen.
Mark, thank you so much for coming out today. It was definitely a joy getting to meet you and spend this time with you. You have reminded me to have the attitude of gratitude. So you're right, things could always be worse. And if nothing else, we've gained flexibility, we've learned new skills. It may not be something that we would have chosen, but we're just gonna make the best of it, so.
All right then. Guys, have an amazing week, and we'll see you guys next episode. Take care.
All right, have a great one, everyone.
Bye, guys.